Welcome to the Nancy Perspective, where every story is a reminder that life's hardest battles often belong to the kindest hearts. Today, I welcome Janice Amirault to sit with me. This is the first time that we've launched this kind of setup, and I appreciate your patience as we did that today. Janice and I met at my favorite place. I feel like it's yours as well. The Mellow Mug here in Bedford, Nova Scotia. It is owned by Marquesa. And if you've not been there, the energy, the vibe, what would you say about it?
The last time I was there, I was alone trying to get some work done, but needed to go out. So I go there.
Yeah.
And the music.
Yeah.
And I could follow the music and do my work.
Yeah.
And it was like just flowing.
Yeah. It's a place of flow.
Yeah.
It's a place of love. I started walking in there 2 years ago. I had lost my light. And I think that's around, I can't remember exactly when you and I met, but
You had your leg in a brace.
I had my leg in a brace. So that would have been about 2 years ago, right? When I first walked in, felt a little lonely inside, felt a little sad inside. And yet I was told to go sit at a coffee shop because I brought light and I met your light. And it's interesting to me how our lights continue to meet, continue to stay connected. And then also, as I've connected and realized, our whys are very similar.
Very true. Very true. Yeah.
So what was it about me, or what was it about our moment that made us sit here today?
And here I am.
Yeah, okay. I love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was a beautiful moment.
Your leg. Maybe it was your leg.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course your hair.
Yeah.
Your curls. At that time I wasn't rocking the curls like I am now. I love it. Anyway, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to say something.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
It's just the way it is. Yeah. And when I read a bit, I don't remember where it is in your book, you said something, I think it's in here, that how so many people you've met there.
Yeah.
And how they have become important to you. And here we are.
Well, it comes back to the concept in my book of heart and alignment, right?
Yes.
And like you, I think you and I have gotten some deep discussions around the stories we hold. And I want to go there with you and ask why you do what you do. But when you make a choice in your life to sit somewhere and be open, what happens is really interesting, right? And I think that's what's allowed me to meet these people. And it's like you, it's become a space of home for me, right? But it's met really high vibrational humans. And I think that's what the Mellow Mug brings in, and my realization of how important it is to get in alignment of self. So that comes to my first question for you. Why do we sit here? So tell my audience a little bit about what you do. And I want to talk about that, but I want to talk about why you do it. So share that with us.
So what I do is I am a holistic nutritionist, first and foremost. And right now my work is mostly centered around weight loss for women over 50.
Wow. I love that. I love that we do that. Why do you do that? What has made you sit in that moment?
So I was not 50, but I was overweight.
Yep.
And I struggled with my weight. I can remember being 10 and being uncomfortable.
Me too.
In my weight.
Yeah.
And thinking I was not like everyone else. And why was this happening to me? And I was uncomfortable in my body and in my mind.
Me too.
Since then. And the struggle got worse and worse. My health got worse and worse. And eventually I crashed.
Yep.
And
Where was that?
It's about 1998, actually.
Okay.
And that's what that's when my life changed and when I turned my life around.
I love that. That's there I did. The smile.
Yes, yes. And there we go again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's a beautiful thing when you can acknowledge it and hold it with the pride that you do. Like, when you shed a tear, I feel like it is a moment of sadness, but it's a moment of look at what I've done,
yeah.
right? There's this gift in the balance that I sense you are holding.
100%, because I don't know. I mean, I've always been a tearing person, and that's, I always call it a curse, but maybe it's not. It's a matter of recognizing
Yeah.
that I took my life in my hands and I saved myself and I did what I had to do to get my life back. That is what I did.
Yeah.
And in the process of getting my life back, I decided to help other women do the same. And of course, I aged. And so that's why I decided to focus on women over 50, because as I was in my journey, that's where I landed at menopause. And that's when I realized that so many women need people like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many women need people like you, and so many women have been children like you. We were raised, I mean, I don't know about you, I don't know what it was in your journey that clicked it on, but my mom always went to the gym to stay fit. We're in a world where magazines and people's images were everything. And I was blessed to have a big head and thighs that I didn't love. And I heard someone one day talking on the phone about how fat I was, and it wasn't intentional. It was that spurt between puberty where I was shifting, but that was what defined me.
Yeah.
And it never got forgotten. And I know not an hour gets forgotten. It never gets forgotten, and it's not wrong. It just happened.
That's right. That's right.
And then like you, I spent my whole life, and I look at your beautiful self and who you are. I don't know about you, but because of the way I look, people would never think I have an issue.
Right. She's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does she have it all together?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Right? And I think that was the problem that I faced, because people thought I had it all together, and yet I didn't. And it was that hiding of it that kept me feeling really uncomfortable with myself.
Yes, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
So what was the turning point? You said it. You felt it in 1998. What was it? What made you decide to do it different?
So what happened? A little back history. I was overweight.
Yeah.
I was dealing with constipation.
Yeah.
I was emotionally eating.
Yeah. I resonate so deeply. Yeah. I loved ice cream, like buckets of ice cream.
Chips, cheesecake. I love to bake, and I ate it. And I've said this before. I used to bake the cake mixes. And ice them with my little ice thing. But I'd eat more than half as the batter. So the cake was that small when it came out the oven. I'd eat half the batter. Anyway, I was sick, and all of a sudden, I was fatigued to the point that I wasn't able to function. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, exactly. Yep. And so I went to the doctor, and I went to a specialist, all the blood work. Nothing is wrong with you. You're lazy and need to exercise, was what I was told. There I was, overweight, sick. I was working as a teacher. I went back to school in September. I couldn't stand up long enough to show my students how to cut hair. I was teaching odontology. So I was told nothing could be done, that I was lazy, I needed to exercise, and for about 3 days I cried. And then I said, no more. That's when I took it upon myself to start the process of changing my life. Yeah.
Wow. I love how you shared that because I don't know about you, but I've waited for someone to rescue me. Mm. And no one is coming.
No one is coming. No one is coming.
No one is coming. No one's going to turn and flick your journey. No one's going to make you realize it.
Not your parents, not your doctor, that's not your teachers.
Yeah.
No one.
And I think the other thing too about the diagnosis of chronic fatigue syndrome is like fibro, like others, this isn't something that we can take a pill and get better with.
No.
This is lifestyle,
Yes.
choice.
Yes.
And those are really hard to make when you're on the ground.
But if we know it's lifestyle, we can maybe start the process. But when we're not informed that it is,
I agree.
that we can't find anything wrong,
Yeah.
that it's because you're lazy and just need to exercise.
Yeah.
Those words hit me hard.
Oh,
And they were in print
Yeah.
to my insurance company.
right.
And I got no money for long-term disability.
Oh,
And so those words for so many women, sadly, it would have been, oh, okay, well, let me start just living on pain meds and just getting worse and worse and worse, because that's what I see.
yeah. Well, that is the cycle. And, I will never discount what our doctors do and what our healthcare does to help our world. But it's often because those lifestyle choices feel hard. And you posted the same one that I can see a meme on Facebook. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I think you posted it. The lineup of the doctor versus the lineup of the lifestyle.
That's right.
Right? So although we know it, shifting it is hard.
It's hard because we have to put the onus on ourselves.
Well, we have to take effort. And let me ask you this, because what shifted my journey wasn't giant steps, but yet my whole life was about what can I do next? And it was always a big leap. And as I started the journey of unraveling and healing, I found the concept of like little small wins. How have you found that? How have you shifted your thinking out of where you were and into now?
I one morning woke up and said, I'm not living this way.
Yeah.
I refuse. I don't know why. And I've always asked myself, was it fear of staying stuck where I was? I just wrote a post about this morning.
Well, funny how they always pop up.
Yeah, exactly. Was it that? Was it I guess honestly, Nancy, I always had this insight that there was more. And because of my dieting, joining Weight Watchers, all of the things, I knew there was a power there.
Yeah.
And one morning I thought, I'm tapping into that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you said that. As you said that, the top of my head vibrated because that power exists in all of us.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? But it's finding it and the courage to find it. And I don't know about you, but my mindset coach that I worked with out of Ontario would always say, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be super frustrated. And then there's going to be a time that you're so frustrated that you'll finally make a change.
That's right. That's right. It's the fear. If the fear is greater than the fear of staying stuck, the fear of staying stuck has to be so huge that you're not going to stay stuck anymore. You have to make the leap.
Yeah.
Leap of faith. Yeah. And follow your heart.
Yep.
And I had to say, fuck you. Just looking closer there to everyone around me. Yes. When I started my journey, I got all the eye rolls. I got all the, oh my God, she's not doing this. She's all things. And I had to say, you know what? You're not me.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for me.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody thinks. I was 38 years old and I wasn't going to live the rest of my life not able to climb stairs without stopping halfway, not able to blow dry my hair without taking a break. being able to walk my dogs down to the corner and back, let alone all the other things that I want to do in my life.
Wow. And you know, what you said about people is really important to say out loud, because when I came back from the Mayo Clinic and made a conscious effort to change, I had to become, and I hate this word, but I had to become super selfish of myself. And it was something I'd never done before.
It's self-care, and therein lies the difference, because that's how we think.
Yeah, and love
We
the way you
look
explained that.
at as women especially.
Yeah.
One of my sayings to my clients is, we put ourselves last even after the goldfish.
I know, it's crazy.
And people look at and say, oh, look at her. She's gone to the gym and her kids are with a babysitter or whatever it is. And, it's not selfish, it's self-care.
Love it is love. Yep, it is.
And we are so used to putting ourselves last.
I know. And I think when I sat and it was my worst, the words that hit me hard were, there is no you without you. Right? You can go home, live the life you're living, give yourself away, be empty, but a year from now you may not be here. Right? And so I started to recognize, and do you have kids, Janice?
I don't.
Yes. Okay. So one of the things as a mom that I recognize, because there's a lot of moms that give ourselves away as well, and was that the more work I did on me, the more I witnessed my kids change.
Yes, I think you
I did.
your book. Yeah.
Right. And that started to be, so whether or not it was still self-love and self-care, that concept made me recognize that I needed to work on.
That's right. That's great, because you saw.
I did.
It was like this almost opening up.
It was.
Of this, oh.
But for you, you didn't have that.
No, I didn't.
So, and I don't mean that, I think that when I sit here and hear myself, the courage it took for you to trust in that journey is to be really commended.
Thank you.
Right? Because it wasn't anybody else but you.
But it was me.
Yeah.
It was me on the, what's the right word? It was maybe I knew that I could be so much more than I was. That not for children.
No, I get it.
Not for, not for my spouse, not that it factors in, but for me.
Yeah.
For me to be my best self and live my best life, so that no matter what my world was about, I could walk through it better. And maybe that was the beginning of, we don't know how. I was a teacher back then, and all of a sudden I'm helping women do the same thing and get healthy. So maybe it was just this yes, exactly. That I was being created for the reason that I am now.
I love we're getting to the end of this part, and I feel like that is the perfect circle back to where we started, because our mellow mug journey is about vibe and intention and flow. And you and I have gotten to a place, and we were not always there, and we met in that vibe. And I think it's really important to acknowledge the fact of when you choose the work and you start to align in that energy, these moments happen.
Yeah.
And I know they happen for you, right? And that's why we need to give ourselves back. That's why we need to see ourselves. It's why we need to choose ourselves. So as we end part 1, is there one thing that you would like to share from what we discussed that could really empower someone like you forward?
Yeah. I would say, don't settle. Don't settle.
Just shifted my heart.
For a life that is mediocre and less than you were meant to be. Yeah.
I love that you cry when you say that. So many of us are settling.
Yes, I see it all the time. Yeah, breaks my heart.
Breaks my heart too. Really does. And yet, as we talked about, I don't know about you, and maybe this is part of the next part. It's like, how do we accept that we are not, maybe we are the cat, maybe we are the helper of their change. But as helpers, how do we not carry their energy or attempt to change them and yet hold our own? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Because that is part of our journeys that we can also get stuck in.
Yes, yes, right. We're a guide.
Yeah.
We're not the end.
Yeah.
We're in we're in their journey,
Yeah. That's right.
and we can take them to very far, or we can only take maybe just a couple of steps.
Yeah.
But we are the guide forward,
Yeah.
I guess.
And I think it's finding the right guide forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this moment of now, I want to thank you for being so open and vulnerable to this moment. I think your gift of sharing and your truth that has flown in this last short time has been empowering to so many. And I think as we flow through to the next one, I can't imagine what we're going to discuss. So to my audience, I hope you got something out of this, because as two strong, powerful humans sit together and empowered the emotional energy that allows us to rise, I hope it makes you realize that you are capable of the same. So stay tuned for part two. And thank you for taking this moment with me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye for now. If this podcast resonates with you, it would mean the world to me if you would download my book, Listen to Your Fucking Heart. It's available as an ebook or hard copy on Amazon, and the link is also found in my social media bios. This book shares my perspective and story about hitting rock bottom over and over again and finding myself again. I wrote it with a purpose and a mission to help so many people who are looking for guidance as they try to empower themselves forward.